Have you ever walked past a fly-tipped alleyway, a rubbish-filled pathway, or an overgrown plot of land and wondered who's actually responsible for clearing this mess? Is it the council's job? The landowners? Or does it just stay there forever? Let's break it down, because in the UK, the answer depends on whether that land is public or private. And knowing the difference can help you take the right action. Public land is owned or maintained by a public authority, most often the local council. This includes parks and playgrounds, pavements and public footpaths, roads and verges, council-owned alleyways or open spaces. If rubbish builds up here, the council is responsible for clearing it under the Environmental Protection Act 1990. They usually do this through scheduled cleanups or reactive reports from the public. You can report issues via your council's website, and they have a duty to act, especially if the rubbish poses a health risk. Private land is any space that isn't owned or maintained by the council. That includes back alleys between houses, often jointly owned, commercial properties, forecourts, service roads behind shops, abandoned or vacant land. In these cases, the landowner is responsible for clearing the waste even if they didn't dump it. Councils are not legally required to clean private land, even if the rubbish is visible from the street. So how do you find out who owns the land? The quickest way to find out is to use the Land Registry. For £3, you can download the title, register and map. If the land is unregistered, you can ask nearby property owners, speak to your local council, they may have records, or check historical maps and planning documents. Once you know the owner, they can be held accountable, and that's where enforcement comes in. If a landowner allows waste to accumulate, councils have powers to act using legislation like Section 43 of the Antisocial Behaviour, Crime and Policing Act 2014 Community Protection Notice, Section 215 of the Town and Country Planning Act 1990 Untidy Land Notices, Environmental Protection Act 1990 Statutory Nuisance or Detrimental Impact. These notices require the landowner to clean up. If they don't, they can face fixed penalty notices or court action. But remember, this doesn't mean the council will come and clean it for them. It forces them to act. One of the biggest sources of confusion is shared access routes, especially alleyways behind terraced houses. Many people assume these are public highways. But in most cases, they are actually privately or jointly owned by surrounding properties or sold off long ago. If an alley is blocked with rubbish, and no one's taking responsibility, enforcement may be the only route. But don't expect the council to send in the cleanup crew, it's not their job on private land. There are exceptions. If waste on private land poses an immediate health risk, for example attracts vermin or rodent, spills onto public space, is set on fire or creates a serious nuisance, the council can step in using emergency powers. But this is rare, and they often recharge the cost to the landowner afterwards. So, the next time you see a pile of rubbish and wonder, why isn't the council dealing with this? Ask a different question first. Is this public or private land? Because knowing who owns the land is the first step toward holding the right person accountable. Thanks for watching Civic Code UK. If this helped you, give it a like, and subscribe for more clear explainers about the rules that shape our public spaces. Until next time, stay informed and stay responsible.